Imagine a seemingly invincible army, standing tall, proud, battle-ready, only to be shattered, bewildered, surrounded. What magic can twist the fate of war so decisively? Welcome to a dive deep into the labyrinth of Napoleon's ingenious warfare strategies. We're decoding the genius of a tactic that turned the tides of entire wars. This was one of his masterstrokes on the battlefield, the envelopment tactic. Napoleon Bonaparte, the name itself conjures up images of a man of unmatched intellect and strategic prowess, unmatched even today. But what if I told you that one of his most cunning tactics could be boiled down to a simple game of distraction and surprise? Europe, at the turn of the 18th and 19th centuries, was a continent in a state of flux, with empires rising, falling, and vying for dominance. At the time, warfare was traditionally thought of as a simple game of power and numbers. Line up, face your opponent, and may the best army win. But Napoleon? He didn't play by these rules. In his playbook, battles were less about brawn and more about the brain. The envelopment tactic, also known as the maneuver at the rear, was like a beautiful yet deadly dance. Picture this: as the enemy prepares for a frontal assault, a sizable chunk of Napoleon's force takes them head on. But this is just a distraction. For unbeknownst to the enemy, Napoleon's other wings are silently, swiftly moving to flank, to envelop, to encircle. And just like that, an army, blinded by the confrontation in front, finds itself trapped on all sides. Imagine being an opposing general during that time. You see the bulk of the French army coming at you head on, and naturally, you prepare to face them. Your forces are rallied, and you're confident. But while your attention is fixated on the oncoming onslaught, something happens in the periphery. Subtle, sinister, deadly. Suddenly, from both flanks, French columns emerge like silent specters. Before you realize it, your army, once a formidable force, is now encircled, trapped, with no clear path of escape. This was Napoleon's maneuver at the rear in action. His genius lay in dividing his vast army into multiple wings, all working in deadly concert. One wing acted as the bait, engrossing the enemy, while the others closed in, flanking, surrounding, and ultimately crushing the bewildered foe. Why was this so disruptive? Envelopment challenged centuries of linear warfare thinking. Opposing armies expected to face each other, like two knights in a duel. But Napoleon? He wasn't playing chess, he was playing multi-dimensional war games. His enemies prepared for battles, he orchestrated symphonies of annihilation. Take the Battle of Austerlitz as an example. Often hailed as Napoleon's masterpiece, here, the French emperor seemed outmatched and outflanked. But with the deftness of a maestro, he used the envelopment tactic to split, surround, and decimate the combined Austrian and Russian forces. When the smoke cleared, Napoleon stood victorious, and Europe had to grudgingly acknowledge his unmatched prowess. But it wasn't just about sheer military might. Napoleon's envelopment was a mind game also. It sowed discord and panic among the enemy ranks. By the time the opponent realized the trap they were in, it was often too late. The psychological impact was just as devastating as the physical onslaught. For an enemy general, to realize you've been outplayed, outthought, and outmaneuvered? That was a bitter pill to swallow. Now, we may be thinking, in today's age of advanced warfare and technology, could such a tactic still hold water? While the tools of war have evolved, the principles of strategy, surprise, and psychological warfare remain timeless. In the grand chessboard of warfare, the envelopment tactic stands as a testament to the power of thinking outside the box, of seeing not just the enemy in front of you, but the entire landscape of possibilities. Napoleon's legacy isn't just about the battles he won, but the way he won them. He turned warfare into an art, and his strategies, especially the envelopment tactic, are still studied in military academies around the world. But while the envelopment tactic was a shining jewel in Napoleon's strategic crown, it was far from his only masterstroke. The Corsican maestro's military playbook was a complex dance of various maneuvers and stratagems. Like a grandmaster chef, Napoleon never hesitated to mix ingredients, fusing elements from different strategies to cook up the perfect battle plan for the situation at hand. Whether employing the central position to divide enemy forces, or using feints to mislead and misdirect, Napoleon's genius was in his adaptability. He wasn't wedded to one single tactic, he was a symphonist of warfare, orchestrating diverse methods to achieve his ultimate aim, victory. If you enjoyed this dive into Napoleon's art of warfare, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more tales from history. Until next time, keep the wheels of time turning.